right, here we go, dog. This is the introduction starter, bro.
No, that's a cool sticker.
Yeah, man, I fuck with the Ravens, though, bro. I'm sorry.
You fuck with the Ravens?
I fuck with the Ravens, bro.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, man. You felt, and then, even when Flacco was in that bitch, too, bro. Put him in the dirt. That shit was hard, man.
Who was your favorite player on the Ravens all time?
Honestly, Flacco, bro.
Yeah?
I fuck with him, bro.
You fuck with Flacco?
But yeah, I do, bro. And like their defense, bro. I just always, it was always solid, dog. But recently they've been kind of slacking.
Yeah.
Shit. So it's like, it's whatever on that shit.
Yeah.
But, you know, better than the Panthers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We're gonna cut this part out.
We'll do a little clip in.
No. But yeah, I guess going into this year, I knew it was gonna be a rebuilding year for Carolina. You know, they just got rid of Cam, and I felt like the way that ended, it was kind of like a shitty end to their relationship.
Yeah, man, because they had Newton forever, bro. Like literally forever.
Yeah, 10+ years. You know, or it was about to be 10 years. So it's kind of crazy. And then the whole like, if you're gonna move on from a player, just move on from him. Say you're gonna move on from him.
Well, is he retiring or is this fool just getting out of that shit?
No, he's with the Patriots now.
Oh.
But
he's about to win a championship.
Nah, not even. Relax. But the way, like, so basically they put it out there that like they wanted to trade him, but no one was calling. And then when they're officially like they signed the new guy, Teddy Bridgewater, they were like, oh, we're gonna let Cam seek out a trade. Made it kind of seem like he wanted to move on. But instead, it was the team that wanted to move on.
So it's like the media trying to be like...
Basically.
Yeah, they trying to make it slick. Fuck that shit.
Be like your ex saying like, oh yeah, like I broke up with him. Instead of like, no, actually I broke up
I've
with you.
been there, bro.
Exactly. So it was kind of like, that made me salty towards the franchise. And honestly, I was like considering like switching fan bases for a little bit.
He's like, I'm going to like live decisions, dog.
You can't be saying that shit. So after like taking some months to calm down a little bit, I was like, I gotta stick with them, you know. I can't be weak ass fan.
It's faith, dog.
You're right.
Manifestation.
Yeah,
dog.
but I am rooting for them. I am rooting for them a lot less this year because of everything that happened this past offseason than I have in years prior. So,
dude, that should be looking empty with the COVID too, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hell yeah. So it's just a weird year, like for sports in general, you know. Like even the basketball championship, like I wouldn't even credit that.
Yeah,
like,
man.
I don't know.
This was no lit energy, you know. Usually it's like like all types of shit, you know.
We're not gonna put an asterisk on this.
There's gonna be an asterisk on that, like Lakers finals, you know. It's just, I don't know, and we're gonna look back in 40 years. It's like it probably doesn't even count.
Okay, no, let's start the interview.
I think I got storage, man. No,
we're keeping that.
It's like, damn, bro, your storage full. I don't know.
No, all right. But going back to your music and everything, the first thing that caught my attention was your name, Prince of Peasants.
Prince of Peasants, man. That's always a motherfucking...
Yeah. What was the origins behind that?
Dude, honestly, it's a funny ass story too, bro. I was in the hood. I was homeless.
Mm-hmm.
I was just smoking with the homies. I think a couple days before I did this shroom trip in this abandoned house. This fool that I thought was a little lower in intelligence, you know, not to be mean, but, you know, this fool ended up being like my guru and shit, bro. So this fool started speaking some mad truth to me, bro. I remember specifically this fool was like, what'd he say? He was like, I asked him, I looked up at him and I was like, bro, am I gonna be famous, dog? And he looks down at me and he goes, no. And I go, oh. Hella sad, dude.
Yeah.
I was like destroyed.
Yeah.
And this fool fucking grabs me, looks at me and he goes, you're already famous, dog.
Oh.
You know, and I was like, ooh, that shit hit me, bro. So then a couple days after that, I had this rap name because I was going off, you know, Vegeta and shit. You know, he's like the prince of all Saiyans and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Where I get the Prince shit from is because my name's Charles Matthew Edwards, like the whitest name ever. You feel me? But half Puerto Rican in this bitch, you feel me? But yeah, man. So I was like doing some music. I told my homie, yeah, Prince of the Chimps. I think that's gonna be my rap name, yada yada. And he goes, "Get your head ass." He goes, "Nah, you look like a Prince of the Chimps. You look like a Prince of the Peasants, bro." He said it as a diss, and I was like, "Nah, you're on to something, bro.
Yeah.
That shit's hard, bro, because." Peasants represents like everybody at the bottom, bro. Just like struggling to get something, either just locked in some sort of like either poverty or emotional distress, or just something that's just fucking you up inside. You know what I'm saying? And another aspect of that shit is like people that look down at you for being in these like certain situations and shit. And I see a lot of people, especially like in my hood and shit, like really looking down at themselves because you see people out here in Cali and shit, New York, and they got like all these clothes and like we trapped right by Mexico with all the meth and cartel shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, we got like a little music scene, but it never really seems like it's going anywhere and shit, you know? So when you're in a city like that, like to really embody that shit and be like, you know, like we have value, like we have worth and shit, and we could get this shit popping, just like hip hop first came out of New York and shit like that. Like that shit wasn't a thing before, but then some people that were like, you know what, I'm tired of this shit. I'm gonna make my own shit.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the vibe I'm trying to build. Like not necessarily like any type of genre or anything. Just like every feeling that resonates with that whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's hip hop, rock, pop shit. Fuck it, dog. We did some pop shit. Whatever the fuck it was. I don't even know what to call that shit. Some rock alternative shit, man.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Right. And even with the name Raggedy Royalty or Raggedy Robin Hood, I've seen too on like Instagram and stuff like that. It kind of feels like it. Just you explaining the Prince of Peasants, it sticks with that theme. You know
Exactly.
What I'm saying?
It's just everybody that, you know, just there's always like a bit of light in the darkness and shit. You know, like even if you broke as fuck, you still. I think one thing that stood out to me, bro, is Rich Homie Quan, bro. Shout out to that fool. That's one of my favorite rappers, bro. They were like, oh, so why do you call yourself like Rich Homie Quan when you weren't like rich and stuff like that? You know, did you have a lot of money trapping, yada yada, all stupid ass white people and shit.
Yeah.
And they were like, he was like, nah, man, like I'm rich in the mind, bro. Like, and that stuck with me. I was like, that's true, bro, because you don't gotta have money. Like the passion and like the love that you got for your shit is the wealth, you know?
Yeah.
Because on your way to the top, like the wealth is in that process, not at that end point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of that Raggedy Royalty vibe and shit.
Sure.
I'm even gonna be doing music videos, bro, where I'm like dressing up like hella ripped apart, looking dirty as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like just raggedy shit, bro.
That's
Dirty,
dope.
grimy spitting, fucking. Who give a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
Yeah. So you mentioned passions just a second ago. Was music always like your first passion, or you had something before that growing up?
Honestly, bro, what was my passion, man? I fucking I love drugs, bro. Drugs were always my passion, bro. My dad, back in the day, this fool used to sell like mad acid, shrooms, psychedelics, coke, pills, all that kind of shit. He was a businessman though. He knew how to work on computers, kind of bring the two businesses together and shit. I'm not gonna go into the specifics. People are gonna try to take that information and shit, you know. But you know, like when I was young, he like, you know, he gave me some like shrooms and shit. Like first, so I was like 10 years old doing shrooms.
Damn.
I didn't even know what life was.
Holy
I had like
shit.
you know, he was an atheist at the time and shit. So he had a lot of values of like anarchy and, you know, a lot of really deep shit. You know, it was really cool like living with my dad while he was there and shit. It was sick as fuck. But when he like first gave me shrooms and shit, that shit activated me, bro. Like psychedelic, like revolution, like all kinds of like next world shit, you know, to change like what's here kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like drugs for show, man. So I definitely am an activist for like bud and like shrooms, acid, like, and it's even getting legalized now, bro. So like it'd be cool like in the future to be like a therapist.
That recommends those things?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That like I could like sit down with people, like show them some music or just some kind of therapy and shit and be like, hey dude, I have this knowledge, I want to give this shit to you, it'll probably help you out.
Like a holistic doctor, right? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, and you could even
for me anyway.
Yeah, she did the same, man. She was beautiful.
That's hella tight.
Yeah, man, she fucking blossomed off acid, bro. That shit was dope.
Yeah.
Dope to see.
I learned my secrets to my own universe. It was fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. I was telling her, I told her all this shit, and then by the end of the acid trip, I started feeling like doubt and negativity, but she was like fully just powerful, dog. Like no, you just said it's all about. You are everything. And I was like, damn. I was like, for sure, baby girl. Like, that shit tight, bro. So, yeah, man, I'm definitely a big-ass activist of, like, psychedelics and shit like that, bro. To
That's tight.
help people achieve, like, a new level of understanding and shit would be tight.
And it's crazy, at least with, like, weed, too. Like, I've talked about in a few shows, but, like, even those for sure, like, society, we kind of, like, put those down so much. And they've actually, like, I don't want to say they've always done good, but they've done sometimes more good. We just don't highlight that. And like people like Joe Rogan and people like really in our culture that are like really big. I know they always talk about it, and it's definitely put me on to certain stuff like that. to where like I've tried shrooms, and I remember the biggest thing like my coworker was telling me about that shroom trip, because like the biggest thing they said something, she said something that like shrooms while you're tripping, your biggest insecurity kind of like comes to the forefront, right?
True that.
So it was 4th of July, and after I took the shrooms, I noticed like time went really slow, and I kept bringing up the time. And so like basically how I kept checking, like I felt like 30 minutes had gone by, and then I checked and it was only 2 minutes, and I was like, whoa guys, like it's only 10:53, and then 2 minutes later, whoa guys, it's only 10:55, you know? And they're kind of getting a kick out of it, thinking it was funny, but I kept doing it. It bothered me for like, not bothering me, but it was something I was doing.
It was like your obsession with like what you were doing,
Yeah.
and how you were using your time,
Right.
and how much you were. Yeah, that's.
And she explained it to me afterwards like that, in a similar way, and I was like, wow, like that's, so maybe I'm stressed about time, or I'm in a race against time, or I don't know. It was kind of interesting, like honestly, and it was. I only took a little bit, like it was my first time, so I didn't want to do too much.
You felt that shit for sure.
Yeah,
you felt the shit out there.
But I definitely did, and it's something I definitely want to try again in the right environment and stuff like that. And
you gotta make sure your location.
Right.
Location is. I mean, or you could do it like me. I mean, like we used to fucking do acid. Like we did acid this one time, bro, and U.S. Marshals came in busting with their ARs and shit. Yeah, dude, and I was so honest and sensitive. This fool.
Where were you at?
I was in Yuma, Arizona, bro.
Okay.
This shit happens all the time, bro.
Yeah.
And, you know, so they bust in and shit. I'm tripping balls on acid. Like, what the fuck? Their fucking faces are melting. Their guns are like,
Ooh.
It was crazy, bro. I didn't know where to stand because they kept pointing that shit and that shit kept moving. I was like, oh fuck, that shit was crazy. And then they take us outside and shit, and this fool's like, I was like, are we gonna be done soon? And this little ass fool, bro, he seemed so small at the time, dog. This fool says, you better shut the fuck up before I beat your ass. And I go, sir, that makes me feel very uncomfortable. like so like fried, dog. Like that shit was crazy though. But yeah, man, definitely the psychedelics, bro. That shit'll rise your consciousness for sure, man.
Yeah.
That's a part I always appreciated about that.
Yeah.
But I always noticed in society, a lot of people are scared to try that shit.
Hell yeah.
Especially a lot of the people where I'm from and shit. They're like, acid, bro. You gonna trip the fuck out on the street.
Yeah.
Go like shoot something, blah blah yada. I'm like, nah, it's not even like that, bro.
Right.
Like it's peaceful as long as you got some good people, good vibes, and shit. You might even be around some bad people, and that shit might turn out well too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You never know. You might learn something. You might get into some shit or talk about something with someone that just opens it up and shit.
Yeah. And I've heard too, you got to be in the right headspace for psychedelics too, right? I mean, I think even with weed, sometimes if you're not in the right headspace and you're smoking, you can get like paranoid or anxious or whatever, you know?
I get that. I don't tend to avoid the negative aspects of drugs though, because I feel like that it has something to teach me as well, kind of shit. You know, so it's like if I love bad trips on psychedelics, like. Like, if I feel uncomfortable and negative, you'll catch me laughing, bro. Like a mad scientist, dog. Like, no cap. I'm screaming with happiness. I love being uncomfortable, bro. It's so sick. Because then you come out like a fucking boss, you know? Because like, I did that shit, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a cool little transfer of energy with that shit.
I feel that interesting perspective on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
man. Yeah, a little bit darker, you know? But yeah.
And then Joe too, just going back to him, he always talks about like doing ayahuasca and like going with like Native American tribes and trying that, DMT, all that kind of stuff. And the way he and like all his buddies and the guests that he has that talk about that experience too, it all seems super appealing. It feels like it's super spiritual, and it's definitely something that like I want to work myself up to, you know, before I'm 40.
Yeah, man. There's one thing that comes up with psychedelics when you do them a lot. It's hard to determine between, I call like the spirit world and like the real world, where like everything doesn't matter because you're gonna die and you should accept everything, and being a human and being like, maybe you shouldn't accept some shit, maybe I shouldn't have people that are like disrespecting me or like keeping me down and shit. But on the other hand, the spiritual part's like, but it's okay, accept it. Like, you know, so it's like kind of hard to balance yourself like in the real world sometimes, you know. So I've done a lot of DMT, bro. Probably when I came out to Cali, I bought like 4 grams and I smoked that shit for a month straight.
Dang.
Every day. Just hitting that shit, bro.
What's that experience like for you?
Kind of normal, dog. Like
Yeah.
I've been, you know what I'm saying? It's been normal, bro, since I've been young, man. So Yeah, it's sick though, bro. Like I know other people have like a lot more, like get a lot more out of it because they're new to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's definitely like just like a part of the quest. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like little, you know when you like in World of Warcraft and shit, you get like a little golden exclamation point. And it's like come over here, do this quest, and then you can go along your business. And
Yeah,
shit. Yeah,
okay.
like that, bro.
All right.
And by the way, man, shout out to like East Coast, bro, because like that's what inspired me to do that to mix the psychedelic shit with like music and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you know, like Flatbush Zombies,
Yeah.
Underachievers, Absol even,
Yeah.
bro. That fool. Should we even talk about that shit? What was it? The Russ.
Who wants what? Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. That shit was so fire.
That fool is a genius,
Yeah.
bro. One of my main inspirations, bro. Out
Mhm.
of Carson too, bro. That's
Mhm.
just tight. Yeah, man, he definitely like especially with the what the fuck was it called? Do What Thou Wilt, bro.
Yeah.
That album really helped me out to like develop what I wanted to put out there.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to take that kind of energy and put it into like a more mainstream kind of aspect because what I want to do is I want to take all these old ideas, ancient ideas, all this old shit that has been teaching people for thousands of years and shit,
Mm-hmm.
and integrate it into like pop music and current shit. And the song that I said to you and shit like that, like it even has like aspects of that. Like
Okay.
walked up some mountains of burdens, did that on my own. Bitches with wings on their back but got horns on their dome. I know you lie, lie.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like a deeper aspect of life. So it's just not all the same shit. You always hear the same shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could do
Money.
yeah, I could do this hip hop shit. I could do this fucking Shoreline Mafia shit.
Uh-huh.
But the hardest thing to do, bro, is be yourself, bro,
Mm-hmm.
and find your own shit, bro. And that's where I'm at, cause I can make songs like anybody else and shit. Like I could make a trap song, I could make a Gunna, this, that. But like, what is it really? Like when I put it out there and I see people feel it, like is that what I want them to be feeling? Shit,
Right.
you know.
How do you stand out? You know.
Definitely by being like, by not giving a fuck the most about speaking the truth, bro.
Mhm.
Because people that speak the real truth are the ones that are hated,
Yeah.
right? You see all these people like with social media speaking like business facts. This is what I did to increase my business. This is how I act. This is my truth. Yada yada. But there's something deeper than that. There's a truth that makes like everybody uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That no one wants to face, you know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
it's usually the people that are hated that, you know, speak that shit. So I kind of want to love-hate relationship with my fans. I want you to hear my music and be like, nah, it's too much for me, dog. And then
Yeah.
go back and be like, dog, that was real shit, dog. You know, like
Yeah.
a whole emotional experience to that shit, you
Mhm.
know? So that's definitely like the fire behind it and
Yeah.
shit, you know? It's just like true feeling and shit.
You ever listen to J. Cole's KOD album?
Yeah.
I feel like I got that kind of vibe from his album because whatever he had multiple interpretations for KOD, right? I think one of them was Kill Our Demons.
I love that one.
Yeah, and that's the one I
so hard.
resonated with it too because like as soon as the first few times listening through, I was like, whoa, like this is like I was guilty of it. Like that song Photograph where he's talking about like falling in love with like the Instagram
It's
baddie.
almost hard to listen to sometimes.
Yeah,
'cause
it is really hard to listen to.
You're like, all right, I gotta push myself through that
Yeah.
shit. I get you, bro.
And he like hit a different spot and like me personally I'm a big J. Cole fan that only like furthered my like fandom for him, but I know like that set a lot of people off from him. It's like, oh, he's like, who is he to preach blah 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 this and who is he to preach that, and like it seemed around some of even like my hip hop friends it wasn't well received as it was to me. But I was like, yo, he's speaking some real shit. Like, you guys are just probably uncomfortable with it.
Because it's not even about who is he to do that. It's just the fact that he has a voice and that he can speak like any other human and say that shit.
Yeah.
And if it has some truth behind it and some impact, fuck, say that shit. The fuck? Like, people that hold shit in all the time. Like, nah, man.
He's being vulnerable. And it's like,
that's a good
fullest
word.
potential, you know?
That's a good ass word for sure.
Yeah. So when did you move here from Yuma?
I moved here from I think it was 2017 in December, bro.
Mm-hmm.
No, 2016 December. So I've been here like 3 years and shit like that. I came out here because shit was just falling apart in my city and shit. I lost like 10 homies, you know, all gun violence and shit like that. So, and I got some problems out there too. So like I can't, you know, go back right now, you know, but you know, one day for sure I'll get to like visit my homies in the grave and shit, you know, but I had to get the fuck out of there. And at that time, I really didn't have a plan. I didn't have an image of myself. I was making like 100 different kind of songs, like just trying to find something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Came out here. I had a daughter. You know, that was probably it was beautiful, bro, to get to experience like her birth and everything, especially in Cali, bro. Looking out the window, seeing the palm trees and shit.
Yeah.
Shit was beautiful, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, man. So I came out here, bro, and somewhere along the line, I was like, okay, I see how these people are doing shit, right? Like, what helped me out a lot, honestly, shout out to the homie fucking Killer Cow, bro. That fool really gave me some insight, bro, like some direction and shit. Because this fool was very strategic with everything that he was doing and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, I fucks with that, bro. I like that idea. A couple other people gave me some inspiration. I had a couple of snakes out here too, shit, you know. But, you know, I made it through. And only recently, man, only kind of recently is when I met her and shit. When I met Dad and shit. But she gave me, like, the inspiration to kind of, like, push the shit forward and shit. Because I seen her, like, just doing this shit organically. Like not even, like hella paid promotions or, like, clout chasing or none of that. Like, she did that shit because she was a genuine person.
Mm-hmm.
She makes great music and people are like, yo, let's work. Like, that shit's hard, bro. So she gave me that put, and I'm an asshole, bro. I'm a fucking dick, dog. I don't like people, bro. That is not my shit, bro. That shit be pissing me off. I smoke blunts and I make music, bro, pretty much.
Okay.
But she's for sure helped me, like, open up to people and be like, all right, I do need to open up market, because I can market, bro, with a purpose, but it's like being genuine behind it. You can kind of feel that shit, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So she's helping me, like, smooth me out and shit like that.
Yeah.
All the bullshit. And yeah, man, it's been a thing. We got the business going now and shit, Raggedy Royalty. We got a lot of content that's gonna be popping up on that shit too, bro. It's gonna look hella sick too. It's gonna be like with the whole theme and everything too, you know.
Mm-hmm. Did you always have that vision to start your own kind of entertainment business like that when you were in Yuma?
I had, like, it was always like a wispy dream, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, that'd be cool, you know. But one thing I was always good at was just, like, selling shit, bro. So, like, I could always get money, bro, no matter what it was. Like, if I needed money this time, I may struggle for a day, but I'm gonna get, like, $5K the next day, you know, either way, one way or another. And I was always good at, like, plugging people up and connecting people, trapping and shit in my city. And then when I started doing music, that shit kind of circled. So I was, like, trapping, serving, like, little CDs and shit for, like, $10. People was fucking with it too, you know, just selling that shit. And it was cool. But I think somewhere along the line, it just it kind of I at like 18, I remember this shit. I told myself, I was like, I did this freestyle for Facebook and shit like that. You remember when Facebook was all popping and shit?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. I don't really be fucking anymore. Yeah.
No, it does.
Yeah.
It had a good run.
Yeah, it tried its best, bro. Shout out to Mark. But yeah, man, I did this little freestyle shit, bro. And everybody fucked with it, bro. And it was like 1,000 people in Yuma, bro. They were like, bro, like, you can do this shit, yada, yada. And that energy of that shit really pushed me. And I established that day, I was like, nah, bro, like, I'm going to be the best fucking rapper, bro. Like, one way or another. So I don't really, you don't see me, like, doing, like, freestyles or anything like that, which I should. But, like, I guess it's because I'm trying to develop that, like, so that everything that I drop is fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make a false move. I see people be dropping, like a good track, and then they bring out a track that's like, eh. And then you kind of throw off the fan base, because you're like, I fucked with you with your first track, and now you flop, I'm going to unfollow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
And social media is important nowadays. You know, you got to build, you got to invest. It's a lot of money if you really... And Instagram used to be like thousands of people will follow you, like, every week kind of shit, back in the day and shit.
I felt like it,
Yeah, bro. I used to have, like, 50K followers, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, but it wasn't a big deal at the time because everybody was just using Instagram, follow. You know?
The follow for follow game?
Yeah.
That? Oh, man.
That shit was sick. But now it's like you got to put money into just...
to get seen.
To seen it all, bro.
Yeah.
And it's that algorithm that fucks it up.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Let's get some hackers together and shit, you know,
right,
fuck some shit up, bro.
And I feel like most of what's popular right now, or maybe it's just on my timeline, but it's just like the Instagram models, right? Like, it's just the timeline's flooded by chicks. Like, every time I go on that explore page, it's like, oh, here they are, you know?
Makes sense, though. They bring in the most money.
I think so, right? The most screen time, you know, people are just scrolling.
There's a lot of
through
weirdos out there, my dog.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I even be looking through those Instagram baddie pages.
We see you, dog. I
Yeah.
see your messages, weirdos. I see that shit.
Yeah, and it's just like, but they, like you said, they're just capitalizing off of it. If it gets the most money at the end of the day, like they know that, yeah, some of that shit just seems like super corny, super fake, and it's just like, all right, well,
Yeah.
mhm.
I like, you know what aspect I like about, I like the aesthetic of it. I like the very clean look of it. You know, I appreciate certain qualities of it, but I can see what's behind it. And I'm like, you don't even know what the fuck you doing, really.
Yeah.
It's like, come on. And they're just like insecure people, just like anybody else. But a lot of people put a lot of validation on them, you know? Like, no, they're probably like this. It's almost like Instagram. Like back in the day, it was like, oh, the fuck's that country singer's name? What's it? Taylor Swift.
Oh, Taylor Swift.
I wonder what Taylor Swift's doing. Oh, she's probably this and that. And now it's like someone that you see at the fucking supermarket. Like, oh my God, I wish I could be here. But she's buying fruit like you are. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
she's a normal ass person.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't even do anything to get famous, but because she has a fat ass, like
Yeah, that's
she has 1 million followers. You know, sorry, but like
that's what's because I've been unfollowing a lot of people,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, damn, I'm following a lot of girls, bro. And I was like, and then I would look at their profiles and I'd be like, why the fuck they got 23K
Yeah.
followers? And I'm like, oh my God, I was following them. I'm like, unfollowing,
Yeah.
fuck that shit. I'm not supporting y'all for shit.
yeah,
Yeah, for real though.
it's like I don't know. I would say it's like modern day like Playboy magazines, but just less nudity, but it has that similar aspect. You know what I mean? Like I
mean,
grew
with
up,
the clear clothing.
Yeah,
shit,
exactly.
You know, like,
pretty much.
yeah,
you know,
you feel
especially
me?
yeah. The
I
gym
seen that
wear or
shit.
whatever.
Yeah,
I know what
yeah.
they're doing.
they got some fresh shit though. I feel
Yeah, it's like shout out to all those Gymshark brands, or whatever.
Should be looking fine those too. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Can't hate on it all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Double-edged sword.
For real, I like that.
So after you moved here from Yuma, though, you said you're kind of lost doing your thing. Did you come to Orange County right away, or where did you settle at?
Let's see. I stayed in Fullerton, bro. That was the first place I stayed at. And yeah, that shit was trippy, bro. It was really sick, bro. I was supplied with weed like a motherfucker, bro. It was a blessing, bro. And I've been lucky enough to get plugged in with some like really cool people. We got like a grow house over in San Diego and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you know, we got packs for sale, just saying, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you're allowed to say that on the radio, but we got packs for sale, baby. Legally, you feel? But yeah, man, I'm gonna make a whole fucking little brand off that shit too. My dealer name back in my city was Pop Tart and shit. Yeah, I ate a bunch of milk and then Pop Tarts. I threw that shit up. And I was like 13. They were like, bro, we're gonna call you Pop Tart, and the whole city knew me as Pop Tart.
Damn.
That shit's crazy. And then so I'm gonna make like I have this idea of like a graphic design of like a Pop Tart, big ass curly hair and shit, like a little joint, and then just putting like the cool little numbers on that shit.
Hey, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit is hard. I
Yeah.
like that.
And you know what? You know the thing is like I've realized about good weed marketing, bro, is that like you know it's good when you look at the pictures and like a weed page and you're like, damn, I just want to eat this shit, dog. That's the
It's
key,
so
bro.
scrumptious looking.
Yeah, exactly. Cause I be seeing
Yeah.
these. You ever get those pages that follow you? Like, they just be trying to ship weed through the mail and shit.
Yeah, I actually have actually.
Right. So I look at their pages and I'm like, shitty ass quality. There's no like graphics. I'm like, I'm not gonna
Basic,
buy shit from you, dog. But like, I see like West Coast Cure and shit. You look at that shit and you're like, damn, I want that fucking gelato, dog. You know, like you ready for that shit. So I'm gonna definitely take that little avenue and shit. Cause right now it's a little underground and shit, not a label to it yet and shit like that, but we go for sure make that shit pop.
Yeah.
Get in dispensaries and shit.
Yeah.
Shit be tight, bro.
And so how was it, at least for like that business aspect of it, moving from Arizona to California where it is legal recreationally compared to Arizona?
I stepped the game up, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's like you have a limited amount of money supply because it's like a black market shit, right? So like
This is in Yuma, right?
Yeah, you can only make so much because there's only so many people that smoke weed. California, bro, is like the link to so many other places, bro. Because you got people from California, from like Thailand, Bangkok, Asia, South America, Africa. You got everything, bro. So it's like, who knows, like someone in like Spain is like, hey, we actually have these genetic seed things, yada yada. You want to work? You know what I'm saying? Maybe give us some seeds. We give you bud, yada yada.
Oh shit.
You know, so like that's what I appreciate about Cali, bro, is that there's so much to offer here, bro. Like, it's abundant. Like, there's so much money for like everybody to make, bro.
Mhm.
I feel like people really limit that shit.
Oh hell yeah!
Like, I'm gonna make all this money. It's like, how much are you really making, dog?
Yeah.
You ain't making all the money, dog. It's like always there. You just gotta find a little avenue for it.
Mhm.
I see that be bugging people a lot too. I don't know if it bug you when you don't have like cash flow on you and shit.
Mm-mm.
You know, nah, you know what I'm saying? Does that bug you and shit? Like
When you don't have cash, like,
yeah, like makes you stressed out and shit like that.
yeah.
I feel it. Same here though, but like you gotta find that wealth behind the money
Mm-hmm.
to like lead you to the avenue of money that you can make. Because
Right.
like the millions, bro, isn't shit you love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like even billions, bro, you can make that shit. So if you follow like a certain vibration and not just this person offered me a good deal for this amount of money. I don't really like doing this shit,
Mm-hmm.
but like I'm gonna do it for the money. Like,
Yeah.
fuck that shit. Like never give up like your own emotional kind of shit just for the paper and shit.
Makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think even that was like a theme in like KOD, right? J. Cole talked about. I forgot what song it was. I think
Mm.
it was Motivate.
It was motivate. Yeah.
Yeah. But going back, you said billions, and it made me think of this question. You know how hip hop's first billionaire was Dr. Dre after he sold Beats, right? When do you think like the marijuana, the marijuana business's first billionaire will be announced? If they will announce it at all. If you had to put a date on it.
If I had to put a date on it, let's see. Okay, so we gotta think. There's like 16 states that are legal right now.
I think 4 or 3 more got voted in this election season too.
Yeah, Arizona was one of them.
Was it?
Yeah, thank God. Hey, my homie's pissed. I be trapping it out there. They're like, hey, they're gonna fuck up all the money flow. But yes, I think, bro, honestly, there's 16 states that's like legal, and there still hasn't been one billionaire to come up out of that shit.
Mhm.
I think what it takes to make a lot of money is reaching out and marketing to different places.
Mhm.
Because a state can only have so many locations based on the state guidelines.
Mhm.
Like sometimes they won't even allow a bar near here, and that's just a bar, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's like you gotta understand, like, okay, I can either have it here and try to make as much money as I can off the same people,
Right.
or like market it out. So I think like when it hits like 30, 40 states, when you see that shit, like literally everywhere, and there's like a solid canal, you know, because right now it's fucked up. Like if you try to transport, you're gonna go across a state
Yeah.
that like isn't legal and shit, and that
Right.
could fuck you up. So as soon as there's like a nice canal to the East Coast, I think that's when you'll start to see like a
Yeah.
billionaire kind of shit.
Damn, that's crazy.
I got a lot of people hitting me up like, it's East Coast, like, hey, can I get this? Can I get this? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And you gotta be like careful with that shit too, you know, because that shit can fuck you ass
Yeah.
up, bro. No
Yeah,
cap.
'cause there's still states like Texas, Kansas, and a few other states that are very like, yeah, you have an eighth on you, you'll get like put away 5 years, you know, that kind of thing.
Hell yeah, I be trying to send my dad some bud. He's like, no, man, I can't do that.
Yeah.
He's in Texas and shit. He's
Oh
like,
shit,
yeah, he's like, he'll arrest my ass. I'm like,
Yeah.
man.
that's kind of crazy,
Yeah, bro. But that shit's cool though, man. Hell
Mhm.
yeah. I be seeing the trophy shit, man.
right? Trophies.
Is that yours or?
Nah, this is the homie Aaron. He started the Trophies brand, and this is just one of the designs he had.
Is that like
But,
a just a brand or?
Yeah, it's just a brand right now. They have a store in downtown Santa Ana, and then he just opened up. I forgot the name of it, but he opened up like a little Mexican grill like restaurant in downtown Santa Ana too.
Dude, that's hard, bro. Send an addy on that shit.
Yeah, I
need some
will.
good
I gotta
spots,
check it
bro.
out. Yeah,
I'm really picky about food, dog. I be making some good food, you know. I'm a little chef and shit, you know.
Okay.
Like, yeah. But like, you know, especially Mexican food, bro. I'm hella picky on that shit. Cause like, I'm from like right by Mex, so I know like these fake little like they be taking shortcuts and shit. You know, like what was this taco truck? This fool had fucking al pastor, no pineapple. I was pissed, dog. I was like, what the fuck, bro? Like,
I feel like that's a regional thing though, depending on like
think
whoever's
so?
making it. Cause I've had like really good al pastor and like people from Mexico, but they don't put pineapple. It's more of like what state you come from,
I
back then,
see.
or your family comes from, that kind of thing.
I feel that. Oh, another thing is I seen I went to this really fancy restaurant. They had motherfucking ceviche, but like it was like rich people ceviche, so it was like weird as fuck and like a weird fish and shit like that. You know, I was like, nah, man. Like I was gonna go in the kitchen, like, nah, bro. Like here, like
Let me show you how it's done.
yeah, cut up
actually.
some shrimp, dog. Hold the fuck up, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
For
man.
sure. So what did you like more, Arizona Mexican food or
Yeah.
Southern California Mexican food?
Well, shit, honestly, bro, if you go down to Sinaloa, bro,
Mhm.
like, they got some real, like, yeah. So my family be living in the Elegidos over there, which is, like, basically houses made out of cow shit.
Mm.
Yeah, man. So they just stack up a bunch of bricks, no AC. It's just like a big family neighborhood. They own the store. Other family neighborhoods be coming over. It's sick. And then so like you go over there, they got some weird barbacoa fucking shit, like, but like on some like Aztec like spices and shit, bro, like South America kind of shit.
Mm.
So like eating over there is like a whole different experience and shit for sure. That shit's good, dog. I miss that shit, bro.
All right.
Yeah, but we already told you about the Mexico shit. I'm not,
Yeah.
can't go back for a while and shit, man. Hell no.
It'll definitely scar you a little bit.
Yeah, man. Fuck them fucking cops, bro. It's bullshit. It took like $500, bro.
That's crazy. Well, okay, let's go back to your music then. When did you said you're making music back in Yuma, right? What was some of those first songs like sounding like back then?
Oh man, it's always been like hip hop, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Hip hop's always been like the first thing I gravitated towards. 5 years old, bro. I remember I was tired of hearing my dad's rock shit. You know what I'm saying? I always hated hearing that shit. I mean, I love Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin and all the greats and all that. But just always hearing ABBA and fucking Journey. I'm like, dude,
ABBA, damn.
Yeah, and I was 5 years old, like, shut up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so like my dad was like, all right, fine, I'll get you an iTunes card. You buy whatever the fuck you want. I was like, cool. I saw this first thing. It was called Rap Game Babies. So I looked up the rap aspect of iTunes at the time. And it was the poppin' album was Rap Game Babies, bro. And that shit was crazy. Started off as like a bunch of police sirens, all in the background and shit. And then it was like, we go, and I was like, dude, this shit is so sick, bro. Like, I was jamming, bro. So then I got carried away with that shit and I just started writing lyrics. And then the sound was like, back then it was almost like kind of it's more East Coast inspired though, bro. Like the flow, cause like that's always been like my inspiration. Is like even like Big L and like even like old school like Jay-Z and like all that kind of shit. I don't really fuck with Kanye. He cool, but you know I fuck with old Kanye before Ellen DeGeneres. You know what I'm saying? That shit's tight. Yeah, when that fool was on Tigger, Big Tigger and shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit was tight.
All right. And after you got to California, how did the music shift for you, at least style and sound wise?
That's a good question, bro. I recognized like a lot of the more current shit. So I was really like amazed with like the production quality and like the auto-tune, the like reverb sounding, like just trippy shit. What really got me into that was like Travis Scott, bro. Like hearing that shit, I was like, whoa, like this fool don't even be like rapping about shit. Like this fool like lays out like a scenery and then like what's going on in it. Like it's literally like a story around the rap, you know? And I saw that shit and I was like, all right, I got this hip hop shit. I've always been like good at freestyling, yada yada. And I got these creative ideas and I can fucking learn how to mix and shit like that, which I did. It took me like 6 months and now I'm balling out on that shit. No cap. And now I'm trying to merge the two, bro. And that's what's a little complicated because if you think about it, you can either rap or you can sing.
Right.
But like, you know, the trap artists kind of rearrange that idea, you know what I'm saying? Because they'll be spitting and then, you know, out of nowhere, you're like, oh shit. So it's sick, bro. So it's almost like R&B, like rock. It's like a merge of everything. So I noticed all that shit and I was like, I'm gonna definitely take that kind of aspect. And that's when I started kind of going into like rock shit, kind of just like more melodic kind of shit, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, I feel like it needs flavor and shit.
Yeah.
So if you want to get people like appeal to you, the best thing to have is like the best melody.
Yeah.
For sure. Because then people are like, they just be humming that shit in their head and it's like, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
You know, I even made this one song that's about to drop on the 27th called Raggedy Everywhere and shit.
November or December?
November.
Okay.
Yeah, so that shit coming up. All this shit about to drop. And just at the end, bro, I swear to God, you hear that shit and you'll just be replaying. Raggedy everywhere. It's raggedy everywhere. Yeah. Like, that shit hard, bro. So certain melodies just get bouncing and shit. But like what I like to do is I'm like, all right, I'm gonna find a good ass melody and then I'm gonna fill it with like either some healing shit, some conspiracy shit, some street shit, just something to, you know, something beyond getting lit. Cause I seen this shit all the time. People getting lit. And that's sick as fuck, bro. Keep the energy, but it's like, I want the value. love it. You know what I'm saying? Because if I just get lit all the time, I feel like I'm out of my zone.
Yeah.
And away from my heart. You know what I'm saying? And I want it to be very sensitive and valuable. You know, when I'm getting lit, like this is the moment. You know what I'm saying? Not just like
for trying to force it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think what hip hop has done too is open up a bunch of different lanes too. Like you said, the auto tune, right? Like Travis Scott, and a lot of dudes open that lane up. But even like the whole like, there's like the emo rap, right? Like that's a big thing. And like emo was its own music or a genre, right? There was emo stuff before, but then they merged it into like emo rap.
Yeah.
And now there's even like rappers doing stuff to EDM music. We had like honestly, like I was talking about with a friend, but like Lil Nas X kind of doing Old Town Road and like mixing country and like hip hop was kind of big too, you know. So I just feel like there's constantly going to be more and more lanes of hip hop being open. And that's why it's cool. Like you going back to what you said earlier, like if you're an artist, like you shouldn't be trying to sound like anybody else. Like there's so many, you know, different lanes to like, and you don't even have to fit in. You like create your own lane. You know what I'm saying? Like
someone's gonna fuck with your shit, bro. As long as you make genuine. But just make sure it sound good too. You know, because some people, I'm amazed that they drop a track and I'm like, bro, are you not hearing? Like, we could do something with this. Like, you could put some auto-tune at least or like some motherfucking reverb so you don't hear yourself as much. You know what I'm saying? But like, I feel like the quality of what you're dropping should like really matter. And I don't even fuck with the quality that I'm at right now. I have one song truly that I fucks with, like that I'm about to drop and shit like that. And I'm gonna keep going on that flow and shit, but like, cause it's a lot. It's like you just gotta like, cause I feel like if you don't hear that shit, if you hear that shit and it sounds trash to everybody else, but it sounds good to you, there's something that you're not loving about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's an aspect of care and consideration that you're not applying to your music if you're trying to like make this a serious thing,
right? And
not just like like I'm just dropping another track on SoundCloud, like.
Yeah, and because I do like get those like DMs or whatever of people like sending you music, and it's good. Like you know the lyrics are there, melody might be there, but then like you say, it's just kind of mixed poorly.
Yeah.
Or you throw it on in the car. It sounds nice in the headphones, but when you throw it on the car, it's like way too much bass or something. It's kind of super sounds like scratchy and shit. Yeah. So it's like definitely like it pays off to have a good mix. You know
And even if you got to do that shit yourself, bro. Like, I didn't know how to do any of the mixing shit. I didn't even know how to put auto-tune on my voice, dog. I was confused sitting there like, on, off. On, off. Nope, on, off, on, off. Like, that shit would not work, bro.
Yeah.
And now I got like $4,000 of like plug-in equipment, like 4K, like on a mic and laptop. And
that's all investments though, right?
Yeah, bro. Yourself. And just like YouTube video after YouTube video. I could have went to college and did that shit, but I was like, I've always been like doing my own kind of shit.
YouTube University, yo. That's all you need.
Literally, bro. That shit, dude. There's so much on Google and fucking YouTube that it's incredible, bro.
Yeah.
I've learned so much out that shit.
Now, literally this entire week I spent, we got these palm trees out in the front. And like, I don't know if you saw, but like, I started taking some off because I know back in the day, my dad was teaching me that you can make money off these palm trees. People love palm trees. They're the short, fat ones. They're called sago palms.
Yeah.
But I was just like, yo, like we have them. They're like brooding those little babies off the main mom and dad tree. And if you like
clip the clothes,
if you can get them off cleanly and with the root and plant them, like you can sell those like a good amount of money. So I was looking up YouTube videos, I was looking up Google like blogs and stuff. And so that's what I was doing this morning, you know? Like, I was just taking them off the tree.
Shit.
And it's a long process, you know? They take a while to grow.
But they sell for a lot, bro.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to try it out at least, you know, once and see what happens. And if I can continue to go from there, or if not, whatever, you know?
See, dude, there's so many ways to just a fucking tree, dog. Shout out to trees, no cap, bro. Yeah. That's fucking sick, bro.
Just giving us life, you know?
Hell yeah. These people aren't even going to do shit with it, too. They're just going to look at it. That's crazy, bro. That's wild.
Yep.
That's sick, though, man. Keep getting that paper one way or another, bro, for sure.
So with the music, did you have any people that you looked up to? I know you mentioned a few East Coast artists, but anybody else you looked up to?
Let me think about, like, one person. Honestly, bro, one thing that I saw, bro, there's this dude, I don't know if y'all know him, it's Lil Snoop and shit.
I've heard of him. I never listened to his music though.
He was signed to Meek Mill and shit, and this fool got shot. He's really fucking talented, bro. And like maybe like it's kind of like old Meek Mill shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's still kind of like hip hoppy kind of flavor to that shit, but just the way like this fool would literally he'd be like play a beat, and this fool would just freestyle the entire song, bro. But the thing is, you would think that he wrote it, like it sounds written. I even showed you that video too, right?
Last night, right?
No, I think it was like a week ago, kind of shit. But like,
Showed me a lot.
yeah, I literally this fool played back like the same beat like 3 times.
Oh,
You remember that
they
shit?
were on the stoop.
And it was like 3 different songs, bro. And I was like, this fool is ridiculous, bro. So definitely, I think that the power of rap and like hip hop is in the energy of like what you are. It's like the solidity of what you are. Like I've been through this. This is what I am. This is what I have to say. This is what's on my fucking head. I'm a human. It's like really establishing, and that's artistism in general. But like rap has this certain, like I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like just like hip hop kind of shit. So I'm trying to get that really rough, gritty, grungy shit and move it over to like mainstream kind of sounding shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like if Roddy Ricch was angry as fuck.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
no cap, like that.
Okay.
A little bit less soulful kind of shit.
Right. And like going back to what you're saying, like hip hop at its roots, like the people who weren't heard from, the people like you said, kind of living at the bottom in New York, they started it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But everywhere else, they picked up the people living in the bottom in that particular area, like that gave them a voice, you know?
Exactly, because they seen these people doing it and they were like, why can't I?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the beautiful part about it, bro. I think anybody can do music, but it's like if you really want it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, bro, like you gonna flop. Like
Mhm.
you gonna not want to do it. Like if
Yeah.
you don't find some way to do it, either like through mainstream shit or through collaborations and keeping it local.
Yeah.
Just find your flow in that shit, because then you'll just flop and shit.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I think a lot of people too, they would want to sound like somebody else. They wouldn't know how to be genuine with it, because I think a lot of people aren't genuinely themselves. Like, you know, I think that's going back to like pandemic and stuff. Like people kind of really had to take some time and figure out who they were, and that scared a lot of people, right? And I think that's why some people were like so terrified of this pandemic. But it's like it goes back to the music thing. Like if you ask everyone to make music, we're all capable of it. But I just think like
It would bum rush people. Yeah.
Right. They wouldn't be comfortable expressing themselves as they are, the ideas that they have, and so they would just try and, you know, like, I'm gonna just throw this like Roddy Ricch type beat or like this Schoolboy Q type beat and try and do something like him. But if it's not you, then like don't be that, you know?
Yeah, exactly, bro. And honestly, about the pandemic, bro, I didn't see much of a switch because I was already in the studio all day smoking, you feel me? So everybody's like, oh my God, I have to stay inside all day. I was like, shit, I've been doing this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't a big deal.
Yeah. So would you say like you're more of an introvert?
Not at all, dog.
Okay.
I have like major ADHD.
Okay.
Like, I try to be calm, man, because I've been so wild. And that shit has always led to some sort of destruction one way or another. So I try to keep it really calm and just be a little bit quieter and, you know, really like try to focus in on myself and shit like that. Because I'm gonna be the one that's gonna take care of all my homies and shit. My daughter, my fucking fam. I'm gonna put my mom in a fucking crib. Like either way, like, you know. So it's like I have to give up a certain like a childlike energy of it, so that I can make these things happen. You know what I'm saying? Because with my childlike energy, I will not focus in on what I gotta do. It'll be like very off the chain and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But like strategic plan, doing this shit consistent, like it's definitely like my approach to this shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, keep it G, especially all my OGs told me and shit, like you just gotta keep it like calm and shit. I was always laughing and smiling too much and shit like that, you know? So like all my homies, like all my older homies had to tell me like, yo bro, like this shit might fuck you up along the way, so you gotta like chill down and shit, you know? So a lot of advice from my homies too, like back in the hood.
That's
like,
good.
Helped me out with that shit too.
Yeah. When did you first find out you had ADHD? Shit like that.
Oh, they tried to put me on Ritalin, bro. I was hyper, dog. Like I could not fuck school, bro. Like I would never listen. I'd be talking to the teacher about some completely random shit. Like, what do you think about this? Like yada yada yada. Like I would never even be in class, bro. Like I love to go to the auditorium where all the play kids were because they smoked weed, and I would sell them like bud cookies and just sell bud and just smoke and like all kinds of shit. So I realized I just can't stay still, bro.
Yeah.
I get anxious, bro. I start fucking up, but it's kind of like I don't see why people see it as like a mental condition though.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's
that.
just a lot of energy.
Right.
Like, is that not like it's not like a condition? It's like a just the amount of energy you have like towards the world kind of
Right.
shit.
Right. But I think it's definitely like Western civilization. They want you to conform to this like vanilla cookie cutter type personality, whether you're a man, female, whatever. Like whatever you are, they want you to like fit into this. And when you don't, they're like, mental disorder. But I think it's like, you know, we were talking about Kanye earlier. Like one of his newer album, Ye, he talked about his bipolar disorder being a superpower versus like something that people look down upon. And I thought that was an interesting angle of it, and it's true for like all mental illnesses, right?
Yeah, I mean, dude, like I have a homie that has schizophrenia, bro. This fool will draw the most beautiful shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dog, I want some schizophrenia. The fuck? The fuck? Like, that's just tight, bro. For real, though.
Yeah, but they have like a different, they just think a different way. And like chemically, their brain works in a different way.
Well, even Kanye has like synesthesia and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that fool see shit in colors and shit, which is sick as fuck. Like, imagine like just seeing a track, like hearing audio and being like, this bar's red, this one's yellow, and then people in the studio are looking at you like, what are you talking about? and bringing up Absol again, bro. This fool, I just recently heard from Daylight, bro, because I be watching this fool's lives and shit. This fool apparently, he'll go into the booth with Ali and shit, you know, his producer and shit, and he'll tell him to play a beat, and then he'll go, all right, cut it, and then he'll either turn off all the lights in the room and just sit there like this. Or go out on the porch and sit there like this. And this fool in 15 minutes will be like, he'll like be figuring his shit out. He comes back inside and he goes, all right, record. And this fool lays down the whole track, bro. Not one mistake, bro. That's, bro, what the fuck is that, bro? Like, I want that shit. What did Daylight say? He was like, he's tapping in with the ancestors, bro. I was like, for real, like, that shit's hard, man.
Well, even Ab's story is crazy, right? He has the Steven Johnson syndrome, and I forgot the exact specifics of it, but that's why he has those black lips, and that's why he always got to wear shades,
bro.
Because his eyes are super sensitive to light. Like, he was, like, on the verge of dying, like, as a young kid. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. Like,
I really like that song, The Book of Soul.
Yeah, bro.
I was in a coma when I was 3 too, bro.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so like I seen that shit. That shit's crazy, bro. I had a vision and everything about it too. So like when he talks about that shit, like all this, he goes, you ever been conscious in a coma? Please don't tell my mama this ain't marijuana. That shit hard, bro. That's an anthem for people that do all psychedelics.
That's a song, pineal gland, right?
Yeah, bro. That fool be happy. What's another one? What's Anunnaki?
Yeah. Oh, that's my Anunnaki flow. It was Nibiru.
Anunnaki flow. Yes, bro. That fool. That's the kind of shit I want. I don't give a fuck. At the end, I don't give a fuck if it gets lit. But if I have some shit to say, or if I have like albums like Absol does, where it's like, like in probably like 100 years, people are gonna feel this shit for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Then like I'm Gucci, like off this shit for sure.
And what I liked about artists like Absol is like you know how they have like Rap Genius feature? Like he was those artists that like Rap Genius wasn't enough for his lyrics, right? Like you had to like do some other Google searches on like the stuff he was talking about. And you're like, whoa. Like,
yeah, because he'll say some shit and you still want to... Genius could say it and explain it and you still got to be like, okay.
Wait, what? Like, I need to do some more research.
Anunnaki? What the fuck is that? Little people, though. Like,
yeah.
It's some ancient shit, bro. And that's another thing that kind of inspired me. Like, my lyricism for sure. You were talking about poetry and shit. I love poetry, bro.
Yeah.
I'll just write down like it's like verses, like... there was this freestyle that he did on Sway and shit. That was like poetry. It's really cool. He goes, there's more than one reason why there's only one. Remember that first and before you've begun. I rhyme like I'm God's begotten son. She so saved the world. And some shit like that. Like that shit is hard, bro.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful poetry, bro. And like true like expression. That's what's something that's admirable, you know?
Hell yeah.
A lot of people can't get what's off their chest for some reason.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck it is, because I still haven't figured it out.
I think it's the schools. I mean, I work with schools, and I feel like, again, the schools teach you to be that vanilla, cookie-cutter person that goes to work, punches in, listens to their boss, no matter what they do, takes work home if they have to, etc., etc. And I just think it's like, from like the hours that you're there at school to like the bell schedule to like break, lunch, that kind of thing. Like it's all so you can fit into this cookie cutter type factory, your office type job, and just contribute the way society, not even society, but like the way the man or like the people, they want you to serve, right?
So it's almost like a program,
right,
of not allowing you to express yourself.
Right.
So there's like a way to treat yourself in a way that you can express.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird, man, because I mean, if you think about it, if you really want to get real with yourself, sometimes you gotta ask these like stupid little questions that you never would.
Yeah.
How are you feeling, dog? And then like your response is usually like, I don't need to ask that question, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, but at the end, like, it really benefits you if you're like, all right, how are you, man? You're like, I don't feel too good. It's like, why, dog? Well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, get a hell vulnerable with yourself. It's
Mhm.
like, yeah, man. Like, it's a hard thing, but like, it really, you know, in any quest, if you're trying to do business, music, yada yada, it'll open up your avenues for show.
Right.
And your connections too.
Yeah. And I wish the school would teach that more. I think like 10, 15 years down the road, we'll see more psychologists at schools, and that'll help. But I mean, I think like there's a lot of kids like you had trauma growing up as a child. Like, how are you supposed to focus at school when this and this happened to your pops, or this and this happened to your homie down the street, this and this happened to your friend or whatever? Like, there's traumas that we all live through, and then we have to show up to school the next day and still expect to do this as normal as everybody else. And when we don't do it, they don't even ask us what's wrong. They just like, oh, bad kid, fucking F, go to see the principal.
I know, man.
And
it's
so
just like prison too, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna keep happening because they just throw them in a cell and they're like, all right, when you do your time and you're done jumping people in a cell, then you can go jump people on the streets.
Right. They don't rehab them.
Yeah, it's like there's no guidance, bro. There's no like sit down where it's like, okay, maybe take this shit seriously.
Mhm.
I had this homie, bro. His real name is J Money, bro. On his fucking birth certificate, on everything, bro. The hoodest shit I ever seen in my life. J Money, bro. This was such a sweet kid, bro.
Uh-huh.
Innocent as fuck, man. And then I look on my old city's news. I see this fool's face. Like, they just got this fool because he just shot some fool. And I could see his eyes, bro. Like, when someone kills someone, bro, like, you see that look in their eyes change from innocent to like, I have to deal with this now, you know?
Yeah.
And I could see it in his eyes, and I was like, damn, dog, like, all because of this city, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, and our schools are fucked up, bro. Like, literally, like, our main high school in Yuma, our mascot is called the Criminals, bro.
No.
The Yuma High School Criminals, bro.
Really?
Yes, sir, man.
That one sounds fake. Really?
Yeah, man, right?
Oh, shit.
Look that shit up right now, bro.
Damn.
The reason I think is because, if you heard about the movie 310 to Yuma,
Mm-mm.
it's basically Yuma is cursed, quote unquote, because it used to be a Native American land for like my tribe and shit, which is Yaquis and shit, which are the people that be doing the DMT and shit like that.
The peyote, right?
Yeah, and the peyote too. So we had that going on, and then all the Spaniards and all the shit started going on. So then they started colliding, and they built a prison there along the way, and it was like the world or the America's like worst prison because it gets up to 130 degrees over there and shit. Yeah, bro. So you in a cell out of adobe, and you just sweating and you just die, bro. So it was like the worst prison you could go to.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Yuma Territorial, and they would bring people from Cali, Oregon, New Mexico, Texas, the worst people, and just bring them all on a train and shit.
Damn.
Yeah, so that's what our city is known for. And lettuce. We got some good ass lettuce, bro. If you ever need a plug on that shit.
What? Like real lettuce?
Yeah, some lettuce, bro. Some iceberg.
It's fire,
Bro,
dog.
no salmonella, dog.
Hey,
Not one case, bro.
Shout out to the iceberg lettuce.
No cap, bro.
That's tight. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
Do you ever see yourself going back?
Oh, hell yeah, bro. I'm a pop there with like motherfucking Lambo, bro.
Yeah.
With some racks throwing out joints and shit. Give a fuck, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give back to like my home for sure, bro. That's always been a goal, man, because I see like everybody's trying their best. They just don't have what they need.
Yeah.
But they won't get out of the city to get it. So I want to bring it to the city. Almost like Nipsey did too, where he like, he put fucking Marathon on that shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to have Raggedy Royalty fucking shop over there. You'll see me posted on the block. Don't give a fuck.
That's
like,
crazy.
yeah, managing this shit, bro.
Hell yeah. That's what's up.
It's a dream, man. That's I respect Nipsey for sure, bro. I'll sit down and listen to this fool's interviews, bro.
Mhm.
Cause this fool just has so much knowledge, bro. Like
Real wise, yeah.
And it sounds very simple, like about the determination aspect, like believing in yourself, and it sounds corny and it sounds this, but it's working for him.
Yeah.
It worked, bro. Like,
Yeah.
so that's what I put a lot of faith in these attitudes and personalities for sure. And like wanting to give back, you know, because I've always been a dude like, you gonna leave with some weed too, bro. I'm gonna hook your ass up for sure. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But I'll always give, bro. You know, like you gotta give.
Robin Hood, right?
Raggedy Robin Hood. And that's funny, bro. The thing is, bro, when I was growing up, I was a thief, bro. Like, you know, you had your killers, you had your like homies that'll bust in, home invasion, you know, certain people, certain jobs. I was a thief, man. I was good at like talking to people, getting you happy, comfortable, smiling, and then I rob you and shit, you know. So that's where I got Raggedy Robin Hood, because I would steal from the poor, and then I would literally take that and then give to my poor homies. You feel me? So it's like a little play on words kind of shit. Yeah, man. That was a vibe, bro. But don't steal. That's just bad. That's annoying. Bad karma, bro.
That's a no-no. All right.
Yeah, a lot of bad karma.
What are some other goals you have, whether it's at the end of this year or the tail end, or the beginning of the following year, 2021?
I wanna for sure. I want when you look at like Prince of Peasants and Raggedy Royalty, shit, even Dev's page too. I want you to look at those and be like, oh, they already look like they're moving. Like they already look like they're there. So I want the presence to be there. So when people tap in, they see like, oh shit, I want to work with these people. I want to have like my business established, so that I have a nice connection of people that I'm working with that I can trust, and get a marketing team for that too. And my grandpa was in the radio business and shit. He owned like 5 broadcasting stations and shit. Yeah, this fool still getting paid for that shit, bro. That shit crazy. But he taught me a lot about like the music industry, the radio industry and shit like that. So I know how to navigate the bullshit pretty much, you know. It's just the marketing aspect, you know. And I've realized that good marketing, bro, is like when you market yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not the business, it's like the person, the face of that shit. And I recently went to Venice, bro. I had a psychic tell me some shit, bro.
What'd she say?
She was like, you're gonna be the face of an entire brand. And I don't know. She was like, I don't know if it's music or clothes or everything, but that's gonna be you. I looked at her, I was like, you fucking right, bitch. You motherfucking right. Hell yeah. And she knew I had a daughter too. That's the scary part, bro.
Ooh.
She was like, I didn't even tell her nothing about my daughter or nothing. And she goes, yeah, but all of this is actually for your daughter though, because she's gonna change the world.
Ooh.
And I was like, I never told you I had a daughter.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, okay, you want some voodoo shit?
You legit.
Yeah, you legit. Okay. I was like, she didn't even say son. Like, no. Like, no.
Yeah, she didn't leave it generic. Like, you have a kid, that kind of thing.
Yeah, no. She said, your daughter. I said, oh, shit. I didn't show her my Instagram or nothing, bro. Like,
that's crazy.
That shit's sick, though. You should go to a psychic, bro.
Hell yeah, I need to. 2020 before it's over. Hell yeah. Let's make it happen, yo.
Oh, wearing a face mask and shit.
Yeah.
Let me see your palms from a distance.
Take a picture and send it to me.
Yeah.
Puts it in the app and
Zoom.
I see online. Oh wait, that's just a crack in your screen.
Oh, crazy. That's your lifeline. You're gonna die. Oh, never mind. My bad.
It's just a camera.
Your internet's lagging.
For sure. Well, before we wrap things up, I do like to ask these quick hitter questions.
Let's
In
get it,
perspective, if you could talk to any person in history, dead or alive, who would it be?
Dead or alive, who would it be? Oh, that's a good one, bro. Fuck, man. Let's see. Definitely have to be fucking, dude, Bruce Lee, dog.
Ooh.
And it's funny that you have a fucking picture of this fool, bro.
Shout out to my dad, yeah.
Yeah, reason is because this fool's energy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody always talked about him like he was unstoppable, dog.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just how he could fight, just the energy. It's like, I'm not, like, I need that shit.
Yeah.
And if I need to talk to this fool one day, either on some fucking clairvoyant shit or something, bro, definitely Bruce Lee, bro.
Hell yeah. I think, did you ever see the 30 for 30, the documentary they did for him on ESPN? Hell yeah. I like that.
I'm all tapped into that shit.
I like
for
the
sure.
end quote where it's like, water, it can flow, but it can also crash. And it's like, be like water. And I was like, oh, shit,
Water
that shit was hard.
into any thing you put it in.
Right.
Yeah,
It
bro.
takes the shape of this bottle, but also take a shape of whatever, a plate, you know, or something. And I was like, damn.
Which is weird because this fool's a Sagittarius. That's some fire shit. And this fool's saying be like water. I'm like, whoa, that's like the opposite nature. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's definitely some things I want to tap in with like martial arts because I feel like there's
Oh, dog, I know some
self-discipline stuff.
I know some shit, dog. Let me know, bro.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
right.
man. I did like
What
10
was
years
it?
of martial arts,
Oh,
bro.
shit,
Yeah,
okay.
man. I
Hell
can
yeah.
beat some ass, dog.
Look at that. Look at this guy.
I'm 5'8", bro. You gotta learn some shit, dog. Don't cap.
all right. Next question: if you were stranded on an island, with food and water provided, what are 3 things you'd like to bring to pass the time?
I'm gonna need some weed, for sure. I'm gonna need a little stew. And I'm gonna need Devereaux, you feel me?
Okay.
I'm gonna need some fun and shit, you know? You feel me?
All right.
You know, get the good energy.
That's a good answer.
You're like,
Great
yeah, I love
answer.
you.
If you could have any toppings on a pizza, what would it be?
Oh, dog, I get the same shit every time. When I go to Blaze, dog, I get the pineapple, I get the garlic, I get motherfucking, I get some Kalamata olives, not them fucking little canned ass bitches.
Mm-hmm.
Pepperoni. Yeah, dog. I
Okay.
keep it simple, dog. And then mad ranch or barbecue sauce, I slather that bitch, bro. Just
Ranch.
everywhere. Bad.
You want some pizza with that ranch?
No cap.
I want
No
pizza
cap.
now.
Yeah, no, we're gonna
Hey.
get some food right now. Yeah.
If you could have any kind of exotic pet, what would it be?
Oh, dog, that's perfect. I want a fucking anteater, dog.
Ooh,
I hate
ooh.
ants, bro.
Ah.
Because, dude, I'd wake up in the trap, bro, like with fucking ants and spiders, dog. And I was like, dog, if I had an anteater, like this fool would just be eating it. And they give hugs too, dog. So this fool would save my ass from the bugs and give me a hug, bro.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
That's hard, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I
I
won't save you
researched
from
it.
the bugs, but I'll give you all the love you need. Though.
This new apartment don't got shit. It's fly as hell. We Gucci.
All right. And then last question: if you could give any advice to your younger self, what would it be?
Oh man, it would be you got it, bro. That's it, man.
Okay.
You got it, man.
Hell yeah.
Simple, bro.
Okay, keep it simple. I like that.
Yeah, man. Just I could sum it up like nah.
Mhm.
But pretty much it's like I got a lot of doubt, insecurity, and it's like, nah, you got it, dog.
Okay.
Just keep going, bro.
Hell yeah, that confidence.
Yeah, trust in it, bro.
For sure.
Yeah, put yourself in it.
All right. Now before we wrap things up, we got a little exclusive that you wanted to do, a little freestyle. You wanted to hang out.
The real shit is what I love, man.
Did you have a title for this track yet, or nothing?
I don't, man. I just
Okay.
wrote this shit down, bro. I just got some shit off my chest with this shit.
Okay, right on.
So we got like a West Coast kind of flavor with this shit too.
All right, I'll go ahead and play the beat. You let me know when you're ready. And go ahead and hit play.
Let's get it, bro. Always ready for this shit. I was surprised when it said it was a Wiz Khalifa beat. I was like, I've never heard Wiz Khalifa on this shit.
Always.
Yeah. Okay. And that's what I've been doing too. Yo. Working every day trying to map a plan for the fam. Cop some real estate like buying land. Came up from the trap like what you thinking, homie. Had some metal to my head, but I ain't blinking, homie. I feel real comfy in the West Coast. I gave my heart away, but got it back like tenfold. I prayed on. Promised to myself I'll be successful. And I was thinking about my younger days when life wasn't as stressful. And I say, my OG told me keep it off the books. That blood money getting audited, you ain't off the hook. Stay loyal to your people, don't shoot off a foot. I'm doing better, so Op see me, then he gotta look. Nah, yo, I don't think you understand. The thing I love the most is what you read when you look at my tat. My mama told me you need God. Gotta be a bigger man. Told me in the end it'll be alright. He got a bigger plan. They think they better, but I make soul music. Like tapping in the ancestors, you make broke music. So, you got a soul. So use it. What a problem, but that's why you have a solution. They think I'm capping till they hear the shit. R.I.P. to Dre. Shout out to my homie Nick. Shot him off this earth for trying to flip a brick. That's why I be in this shit. I ain't going out like a fucking bitch. Life is strange, but it ain't straight enough. I was saving up, gotta make it up. If I don't, then it's bad. Love my daughter, it's an honor that I get to be a father. Can't worry about the past, cause love it never lasts. Keep your soul in your heart, in your chest. 45 block, I do my best. Make music, gotta exchange sex. Gotta put respect on my intellect. I've been too low, gotta raise my lip. No, they gon' talk, you can suck my dick. 15th Street with extended clip. I'm gonna bear my with a PL Prince. That's all I got on that shit, bro.
Hey, yo.
Yeah,
Alright.
man. Some
Alright.
soulful shit, man.
Hell yeah.
I picked this shit because I felt like that's what it's about, man. You
Hell
know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Dude, that was what's up, yo.
Hey, good looks, bro. I appreciate that shit.
Of
bro.
course, man.
Hell yeah. Keep the hip hop alive, baby.
Of course, hell yeah. Real hip hop shit right here. True 100 exclusive.
You feel me?
Hey.
Prince of the Peasants, Raggedy Royalty in this bitch with Noah,
Hey.
Mike. Wait, what?
My Mike and I.
My Mike and I.
Oh no.
And we laughing at it, yeah.
Hey, before we go, real quick, go ahead and plug where people can find music, social media, anything else you'd like to plug.
Got you. Right now at the moment, man, I don't got a lot of shit out. We coming out. We gonna stack up by the end of this year. We're gonna have like a whole fucking album. We're gonna have a little mixtape out too. Right now you can look up the shit I got on Spotify, YouTube, any streaming services and shit. You can hit the link on the bio. You feel me? And I want to say I appreciate you, dog. Thank you so much.
Too,
Sick
man.
ass conversation.
God was able to make this
You
happen.
heard me?
That shit hard, bro.